Hi, beautiful people. This is Kim from Crafty Nani. I was going to give you a tour of my craft room. As of right now, while it's a little halfway clean, but this is as you walk in. I have a little magnet board there that I have some pictures, ultrasound pictures of my grandbabies and my daughter. And then I have this shelf here that has some vintage buttons and vintage teddy bears, a vintage monkey, some vintage shiny bright ornaments, more buttons, my rusty goods, some lace and rickrack. Not all of it. I have a bunch. I need to find more bobbins. Here are spools, not bobbins, spools to put that on, and more vintage buttons, more haberdashery, rickrack and trim buttons. It has a shelf on it, and I have lots of my paint. There's lots of cigar boxes that I keep different types of ephemera in, just different things there in them. Some vintage ephemera. I have a whole bunch of those that I use. Those are great for storage. I'm hoping to have a new craft room soon downstairs, which is a lot bigger than this room here. Um, I have this little laminating machine, and then there's a little file box that I keep just cut-offs and things like that in. I found this little cabinet here at the Goodwill. I just store different things in that. I have these little tins, two little Altoid tins, different mint tins that I keep store things in. These are ring enforcers. I have different things stored in those. Some more vintage ephemera. Um, these two have punches in them, paper punches. And then, try not to make anybody sick here, but this is my DIY dream box. My husband and I made this out of 4 bookcases, and I'm planning on getting 2 more bookcases when I get my new craft room for more storage, to get rid of the cabinet that I showed you all first. But yeah, I just store all kinds of goodies in here. So yeah, so I've got markers, embossing powder, pens, paintbrushes, distress sprays. This here is just one of those little boxes that has a little pull-out bin. I store jewelry supplies in that, more jewelry supplies and charm dangles. Same here, same there. Lots of twine here. That's my sewing boxes down there. Those are vintage. I have more paper punches in this box here. Sorry, this shelf here is more crayons and pens, and then this one here is like my paper clips and safety pins, rubber bands, just things like that. There's my tapes, and then here is my inks here in these boxes. I have cardstock there on the bottom shelf. And then on the bottom shelf of this case, there's more cardstock. There's some vintage Ideal magazines, more charm dangle supplies here in this box here. Same as this. I have some index filing boxes here. Here is some flock powders. I've got some Brusho inks and some stickles. Um, these are my dies. Um, more dies. These are 6x6 paper packs. I'm from Tennessee, so I'm a volunteer. And get over like you top there. Some stamps. This is not all of my stamps. We'll get to those shortly. These is a box of glues. My printer ink refills. This is a jumbled mess here. But fun little trinkets that I plan on putting with orders. Some of my books. Down here on this shelf here is my hot glue gun, my drills, some Mod Podge and glues, my heat tools, my Big Shot. That down there on the bottom here is washi tapes and just some printer paper and watercolor paper, just different paper pads there. And then on the top of my bookshelf, I have several trinket jars. There's even more behind those. I have this box here with the lid and some of the Winnie the Pooh figurines up there, stuffed characters, some Boyd's bears. I love teddy bears. I'll shut this and I'll just have to use all the areas I have for storage. I have some vintage haberdashery there. Then I'll shut this one. This one here doesn't have much storage on it. This is harder to shut. I'll just have a tin up there that I'd set up there and my barrel monkeys there. And then we'll go on around here and I have some bookcases, some small ones that I had just found out thrifting. I think I paid like $10 for this small bookshelf, and then I have another one on the bottom that was $10, but it's full of books. Up here there's a little cabinet that has some cards and postcards here. I also love tins, and I showed this on a previous video. So there's a tin and there's a Pepsi tin. I have that cigar box right there. It's shaped different. My husband's aunt, my aunt made me that basket there on the top. I love vintage Santa, so I do have some vintage Santa setting out. I love all vintage holiday stuff, so there's all kinds of holiday stuff sitting out in my room. And there's another trinket jar. That's a huge one. Here's more books down here. Some more tins there. Another trinket jar that has poker chips in it. Just more books. We come around the corner of my cabinet here. There's some wallpaper and just rolls of paper. Here's some artwork from my little grandbabies. Come back around this way. I have a couple of Easter vintage tins sitting here and my little vintage Easter tree with all the little wooden Easter ornaments that my mom gave me. I love it. Two little vintage bunnies. My printer, and then I have one of these cabinets here from Michael's. I have a vintage card catalog here. Some more of those little bunnies that my mom gave me. These two here. This was one I picked up at an antique store. You all saw that. This blue one here I picked up at a thrift store. A couple more tins here. I store some little miniatures in here. The little ones that come in the little balls. I don't know what they are. My little niece gave those to me. This is full of cards, vintage playing cards, just different cards. Here is another shelf from Michael's. That's full of just junk, just paper stuff. Some vintage baby shower paper, little doilies. Um, just some art interlock things, some more interlock things from charms we have. Let's see. Vintage border, some little golden books. This one has more golden books down here. We'll come up here. I showed this here in a video. I got that little drawer from an estate sale. This little white cabinet here, which needs work, I'm going to sand it, get my husband to repaint it for me. I picked that at a local thrift store. It was $4. So it does have one shelf in it, but there is room to put more shelves. And I just stored one of my Santa tins in there. Some books, magazines, early books, magazines. And then here is my little, I'll pick this up at a, actually I'm not sure where I picked this up, but it was vintage, so I loved it, so I picked that up. I also have another one on a shelf that I've already shown you, but here's my little trinket shelf. This is a letterpress drawer, so vintage. Some of my little trinkets here. There's just different. I used to have a little Yorkie, and now I have two little Dachshunds, so there's that. Then we'll come around this way. A friend of mine made this rabbit here. I have these two vintage pullback toys. You all saw those on a video. And then I have this little white cheap uh, cabinet here with drawers on it that I'll just throw different things in here. That is some little letters. They just have different things in them. Trinket making supplies in those. These drawers are a hot mess. Just a hot mess. This drawer here is my glitter. All my glitters. And then in the cabinet, it is full of stamps, more stamps, mostly Stampin' Up. I used to Stampin' Up all the time. This corner is a hot mess too. I will show you. Very hot mess. I have one of these little cubbies here that my tabletop, my desk that I use for my desk is on it. It is one of the little cubbies that has nine cubby holes there. This is part of my desk here, my sewing machine, my cinch, just working instruments. This cabinet here is one from Michael's too. I've stored some 12 by 12 paper there on it. I have a vintage Sunday school children's chair there. My grandbaby's coming here and craft too. I'm gonna pull my chair out that I sat in at my desk, and this is the overall of my desk. Is huge. My husband got this countertop from where he retired from. They were getting rid of it, and he brought it to me, so I use this as my desk. It's just, that's my glues that I use most of the time. This little shelf here I picked up at a local antique shop. It opens on the top and it has 4 drawers here in it. I'll just store things there in that. And then you all saw that little guy there on a video. I picked this up. I don't even know where I ordered it from, but I just stored junk that there. And then there's some of my tools that I use. So I'll go around this way. My glue forge, which I don't use as much as I thought that I would. Enter my desk. As my crickets on one of the rolling carts from Michael's, and some more books down there on the bottom. A box of just papers, tissue papers. I put my feet on that whenever I'm sitting at my desk. Some vintage cards that I showed you all in a previous video. There's my paper cutter. These are ACT. I was doing the Shinuki altered card. I've done that, and then I've done another one that I saw that was faith-based. So I've done those two. I actually did not finish this challenge. I'm going to finish it, but I didn't. And I have stopped at, let's see here where we've stopped, at 47. So I don't have too many more to do. I think that was 48 there. I need to do, and then this little cabinet here, I picked it up at a thrift store too. I love it. It's vintage. My husband repainted it for me, and this top drawer is sectioned out, so it has little sections in it. And then this one is too. It's a double section there, and then the next two are just more different things in there. Um, more storage supplies. Another little cabinet. I think I picked this up at TJ Maxx or somewhere like that. I just store different things in there. Some little mini paper clips, ball pens, vintage game cards, just different things like that. A Winnie the Pooh bear. I got this from Happy Mail or maybe trade a mail with someone. That's, yeah, there. Some pictures of family, some jewelry. This here is a hot mess too. But it is another one of those cabinets from Michael's. This top drawer has my different design scissors in it there. Some more paints, like liquid paints. Here's that necklace that I found at the bin that I was super excited about. That. And this one here has some wooden stamps in it. Just some boxes that I'm planning on using for journals. Some photo paper that I picked up at the Goodwill to use in journals. And then on the bottom of it, let's see here. Some more ephemera storage things. These are so cool. I know you all have probably seen them if you follow, if you follow Crafty by Tony. Let's see if I can get these out. Sorry. Just this hand. These are so neat to store small ephemera and things in. Let's see here. Well, like I have some cupcake toppers in these that I picked up. I don't even know where. Maybe an estate sale or somewhere like that. Got my other one, my other white one over here. It has ephemera in it. This bluish green one here, it also has ephemera in it, but the little cups don't come out of this one. This one is just divided up, but the little cups come out of these, and they're so neat. So, yeah, you can pick these up. Walmart has them now, expensive, but Five Below, I think they're like $7 maybe. Just there's my Cricut heat press. Sorry, the sun's glaring there. My Cricut heat press. Some more books down there. Some more stamps here. And that's more stamps. Also, nope, that's ephemera there. And then over here, from the bottom of this here that I was showing you earlier, but underneath is another one of those cabinets from Michael's. I got my built-in paper cutter there. A Christmas box that has Christmas ephemera in it. Some vintage ephemera here. And I don't even know what's in these drawers. This room is a tight squeeze. These are bags for journals. Oh, some vintage bingo cards that I want to do journals with. My battery for my drill. Just more stuff. Nothing in that bottom drawer. This is a sewing machine that my mother-in-law gave me that it works, but it does have a little issues, but I have used it and it does work. And then these cubbies here are just full of like laces and trims and things like that. And then cut up. Sorry, this video is like, woo. I'm just doing it by hand, holding it by hand, my phone. This is a little wooden box that I store more paper punches in here. These are from the Dollar Tree. I just glued them together and I just store my clips in there. Yeah, and the closet, I have to make, my house was built in like 1979, 1980, so the closet is very small. It's not a walk-in closet, but I do make use of it too, along with my clothes, which are in here. But this cart here is my grandbaby's craft cart, so I usually just store it in there. I pull it out when they come in and craft. We have a foldable table that they use. This here is one of my journals there, available on Etsy. This basket here is full of handmade ephemera that I made. Just all kinds of ephemera back in there. Do need that in there. And then this little cabinet here, I found it at the Goodwill for like $5. So I've got more jars that I've stored trinkets in, some thread spools, some cotton threads there that I picked up at an estate sale, some buttons here. This plastic container here is full of material to use in journals. And then, like I said, I use every part to store stuff in. And then I have one more little cabinet that I want to show you, or two more little cabinets, which one's sitting on top of the other. So let me store my grandbaby's craft part back in here and get this shut. And this here, these are some little Easter bunnies too. This here is vintage, and so is this tin here. It's vintage, but I'm going to move these and show you all this little black box here this is sitting on. This is vintage. I picked it up at a local antique shop. I love it. I don't know what type of box it is, but it does open up. And there's storage here on the top. I'll have stored trinket items, charm items, making there. And then the bottom folds down, or the front folds down. And there's these drawers here. Four drawers there. And then it just folds back up. And then the top comes down over it. It's supposed to have a latch on it, but it was missing when I bought it, but I do love it. And then this cabinet here, I think was some type of medical cabinet. I picked it up at one of my local thrift stores for $5 and painted it. I just store just other things like that, mostly junk in there, some ribbon, things like that. I stored in there. And then that is my craft room. When I get my new one, I will give you all another tour. Hopefully it will not be as jumbled as this one, but thanks for watching. If you like this type of content, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. And again, thanks for watching. Bye.